afternoon, everyone. Sorry for the delay. There was some connectivity issue, so we have little bit start. Now we will start next topic today. Let me share the book. We will talk about the non-trading concern. Okay, wait. Let me check. Non-trading concern. So we will talk about non-trading concern today. I'm going to explain you. I'm going to explain you what is non-trading organization, non-trading concern. It's non-trading concern means a concerned organization that is not engaged. That is not a profit. It is not a, you can say, non-profit making organization (NGO). They are not engaged in the activity of selling and purchasing goods for the purpose of making profit or generate income revenue. No, these organizations are the organization that involve their main purpose is to serve. Their main purpose to serve as a social, communicative, religious purpose. They are non-profit organization, you can say. Let me show you the PPT first. Non-trading concern. These are the non not they don't generate profit. So we can say non-trading concern refer to the organization that are not engaged in the activity of selling and buying goods for the purpose of making profit or for the purpose of making profit. No, their main purpose is to aid social services, culture, charitable purpose, you can say. So their sources of income include government aid, means the fund provided by government for the cultural social welfare, donation they receive from the members, club members, income from the investment, means they made some investment in the government securities. So they earn the interest income and other income. So all these incomes are used for the public social welfare. So its contents of the non-trading concern include, first of all, we prepare in receipt and payment account. After that, income and expenditure, and at the last, balance sheet. So the basic difference between that our trading and non-trading concern in that already prepared trading, P&L and balance sheet. But in non-trading concern, we prepare receipt, payment, income expenditure, and balance sheet. Okay. Please check the PPT. I have shown, I have written everything in it. I have tried to explain. First is it is non-trading, non-generate profit. It doesn't generate profit. Its main aim to serve social welfare, cultural, charitable purpose, social. And the sources of income include donation. It's received donation from the member, government, trade, and income from the investment. And its contents include receipt, payment account, income expenditure, balance sheet. Let's see. So let's see from the book what is written in it. There are certain organizations that are not established for the making profit. I have already told you they don't make any profit, but to provide some services. Services, you can say social services, charitable services, social welfare. These services are generally given to the member who makes subscription. Generally given to the members. Okay, subscription, we will read about it. Subscription is kind of fees they paid, a member pay to the NGOs for fulfill their aims subjects. These are called non-trading entities. Example, we have given educational institutions, school, colleges, charitable trust, religious institution, temples, cultural club like Retroy, Lawrence Club, libraries. Okay, all these they are क्या कहते हैं, so from there they from where they get the investment to carry out their activities from the members. So they serve these activities or they do work for the social welfare or for the welfare of their members. These organizations get their fund in the form of contribution by the way of entrance fees, life membership fee, any fee. You can say subscription. It may be subscription, maybe partial. It may be paid periodically, annually, half yearly as grants, legacies. About all of their sources of income, we will read about them. Now, the accounting of such organization is based under the similar principle followed by the other. Okay, accounting treatment will remain same as we have read about the financial trading concern. They follow the accounting principle. We will same will be follow for the non-trading concern or non-profit organization. The nature of these institutes, these are certain items of okay. These certain item of revenue expenses. It include its revenue and income and expense account, receipt payment account include the item. These are of the revenue nature or for the short term period. For the item that are of the capital nature or for the long term, we will show it in the balance sheet. Let's see one by one. Is each item we will read. Special items we have given. These are the revenue items. These are the item of revenue expenses that are unique for. These must be. These are the unique items that are only included in receipt payment account, not even in the P&L trading. No, these are of the revenue nature. So it all will included in the receipt payment account. Revenue item, donation, entrance fees. I will give you detail about each and every item one by one. Subscription, grants received, expenditure item, upkeep of the grounds, tournament expenses, prizes, events. Even they organize the event from they expense, they incur some expenses on it, prizes, money, everything. All will these come under the receipt payment account. Let us see what accounting treatment should be given to some of the special items. First of all, we have entrance fees. Entrance fees. What is this entrance fees? Entrance fees are the fees that are paid by the members to the non-profit organization to become the members. It may be so its treatment is like it may be of revenue nature or you can say recurring or non-recurring nature. Its accounting treatment. Its accounting treatment depend on the NGO policies, which policy it refer. If it is of the revenue nature, it means it received as a monthly or you can say quarterly. So we will show it under in the receipt account as the income. But it is of capital nature. We have received once from the member only. We receive one time. It is one time payment. That means it is of capital nature. So it will be shown in the balance sheet under the head capital. I have PPT. Let's take interest fee paid by the member of the. This is the fees I have already told you paid by the member of NGO, non-government or non-trading concern. You can say it's a club, society. Okay, its treatment treated as income if regular. I've already told you. If it is a regular source of income, means it is of recurring nature. So we will show it in the receipt payment account as a income. But if it is a capital nature, means we got entrance fees only we got it only once. once lifetime, only once in a year, once in a while. That means it is of capital nature. So its treatment is that we will shown it in the balance sheet under the head capital. Now hybrid approach. There is a hybrid approach means you can divide it into two parts. Half portion treated as income and other is capital. Means half the portion that you have received, you are going to receive in the future, say annually, monthly, or quarterly. So we will show it in the head, under the head, as we will treat it as an income. But we are on the portion, remaining portion that we have received only one time. We are not going to receive it in future. It will shown in the balance sheet under the head capital. Read from the book. We will read it. These are the receipt at the time of admission of the new member. Okay. Whenever the member once it is entrance fees once the member become once a new member join the our club or a non-trading concern. These are the received at the time of admission of the new member. These are the received okay when the member become person become the membership or he take the membership of our society club you can say, and thus one time fee it is you can it is most probably it is one time fee. So it is of non-recurring nature. It is of capital nature. It is shown under the head in the head capital in balance sheet. It could be either capitalized as the non-recurring or taken as revenue as per the rules of institution. I have already told you. It is you can call it hybrid approach. It you can divide it into two parts. The portion of the entrance fees we are going to receive partially, we are going to receive annually, monthly, part or quarterly. It will shown under the head revenue, and the part that we are going to receive only once in a while. It will be capitalized. Capitalized means shown in the balance sheet. Mostly all the items that we are going to talk about, its same treatment will be done. If they are of revenue nature, we will show it in the income, and they are of capital nature, we are going to show it under the capital nature. Next. Let's see what is next. Which is the next item we are going to include in the receipt payment account. Next is donation. What is donation? Donation, you can say the monetary or non-monetary. It contribution made by the members to the non-trading or concern or the club society, whatever. It doesn't matter if it may be or may not be monetary. It can be non-monetary. It may be in the form of building anything, machinery, whatever received by. We have donation can be classified in four parts. You can say general, specific, recurring, non-recurring. What is the meaning of general donation? General means it has no specific purpose. You can use it for any purpose. So that means it is of general purpose. So it will treat it as revenue and shown under the head income and in receipt payment account. But specific, what is the meaning of specific donation means the donation we have given for the specific purpose. We have to fulfill the purpose that for the construction of building, for the construction of temples, school, colleges, any educational institution. For this purpose, you must utilize this donation. That means it is of capital nature. You have to capitalize it under that capital in balance sheet. Other two parts are recurring. It may be recurring or non-recurring. If we are going to receive in the future, monthly or quarterly, so we will shown it as a it will be shown under the in the receipt payment account, but we are not going to receive it in future. We have received it only once. That means it will capitalized. Going to show my ppt paid by the member of club. Sorry, it's donation. Monetary, I have already told you, monetary or non-monetary. It may be in the form of cash or maybe in type of any kind of, you can say fixed asset, anything or stock. General, it's four type. General, received without any purpose. Specific, and specific means treated as a revenue. It is received with some purpose. You have to fulfill the purpose. Maybe building construction, temple or institution and educational institution. Treated specific donation receive for some, so it is treated as capital. Now recurring and non-recurring, once recurring is always any item. If it is of recurring nature, means we are going to receive it. We have hope we will receive it in future, whether monthly or quarterly. That means it is of revenue nature. But non-recurring means we are not going to receive. We have received only once. We have no any hope we are going to receive in future. So it is of capital nature. That's it. Donation, they could be used for meeting the capital or revenue expenses. Okay. We can fulfill, we can use it for the revenue, or but that means it can be of revenue nature or capital nature. If it is short term, that means it of revenue nature, and for the long term, you can say of capital nature. Donation are received for a special for purpose. Special purpose means it is a specific donation. The amount is credited to the fund from which the amounts are disbursed. Okay. It is credited from where we have used. It will credit it to the account. The fund may be invested in the specific securities. Income from investments credit to the fund only. Small donation amount which are not unmarked for any specific purpose. Okay, if we have given short-term investment, not a specific any purpose, so we just take it and post it in the receipt payment account as a revenue under the head revenue receipt. But it is if of capitalized nature, that what will we do with the donation? We will invest in the government security and earn the interest. That is the meaning of the line. Can they have two type revenue capital? Capital nature just invested in the government security and earn the interest. But it is of short revenue nature or short term period. You can show it in the head income and expenditure receipt and payment account. Now let's see. Legacy. Many funds are formed. Legacy is also a kind of charity, but it's related to deceased person. Now let's see what is it. Many times, many times funds are formed in the memory of certain person by their will. In such case, after the dismiss of the person, okay, when the person die, the fund pass on to the institution. Okay, you can take the example of Ratan Tata. I don't think he has any beneficiary who's going to receive his total net worth. So it will pass on to the government, the person who has sufficient net worth, but he don't have any legal beneficiary who is going to receive his all his income, all his net worth. So it will pass on to the government. So I have just it is kind of charity but deceased. When it will be passed on to the government after the death of deceased person, automatically or by the law. You can say the amount will transfer to the and pass on to the government. It is, oh, if you can say now, let's just see, obviously when a person died, it's happen only once in a life. That means it is of capital nature. Let's just see, it is of capital nature, so important. The treatment is that it should be shown in the capital under the head capital in balance sheet, because it is a non-recurring nature. Person die only one time, so you are going to receive his assets. Government going to receive only one time in a while. So most probably its nature is capital. So we should capitalize it in that capital. Let's see. Legacy granted as a part of the deceased person state means it is kind of charity. When a person dies, he don't have any beneficiary to receive his earning or to receive his wealth. So his wealth automatically by the intent of law it should be transferred or passed into the government. Treated as capital. It is of non-recurring nature, so it is treated as capital and capitalized. It is for particular purpose. There is only a single purpose. It will pass on to the government. Government will utilize it for the social welfare, society welfare. So it will pass on to the government, treated as income if amount is small. Okay. If the amount is not so significant, it is very little. So you can treat it as an income. Now next. Now, endowment funds. You can say endowment fund may be assets or fund. Then these are also donated by the members. Members of the club, society, or the non-trading concern. Most of the items that we are read, all these are donated or given by the members of the non-trading concern for the specific purpose. So you can say these are also in the form of, you can say these are fund or assets. Endowments means are fund or the assets given by the member, given by the member to the NGO. But there is a one condition. Please note, with endowment, we have one condition applied with it. It includes two key terms: principal and interest. The person who there is some issue. Let me check. Now, endowment fund. Endowment fund is, if you can say, it is assets or a fund that is donated by the member to the institute, to the financial, to the institute or non-trading concern. It may in the form of assets or maybe a cash, monetary or assets, fund or assets. Condition. There is always a one condition with that endowment fund. What is the condition? They give the principal amount. They give the amount, but they there is a one condition that the principal remain intact. They want to say their principal remain intact. They should not utilize NGO or non-trading concern should not utilize these funds for the purpose of to carry out their activities. They just invest it and the interest income they earn, the interest income can utilize to carrying out their activity of like social welfare, society welfare. Principal should remain intact. It should not be utilized. It can only be invested, but it so you can understand by the name principal and interest. Principal is of capital nature. We are not going to use just invest it. It is shown as a it is again it is capitalized. It is shown in the capital and under the in balance sheet and interest that we have received from it and utilized to carry out to carry out the activity of social welfare. It will be treated as revenue. So revenue, so it will it is of recurring nature. We are going we, every month we will monthly receive we will interest monthly, half yearly or quarterly. So it is of revenue nature. It is shown in the head income expenditure account. Now let's read what is written in the book. Endowment. Some time the donation are also in the form of endowment to be used as per the instruction of the donor. What will the instruction of donor that we are not going to utilize it? That principal amount, the amount they have given is not, we are not going to utilize to carry out the activity. But the interest income we generate from it by investing the principal amount, we only the interest we can utilize, not the principal amount they have contributed. This is the instruction of the donor. So the amount they have contributed is treated as capital receipt. Now, next is life membership. Please. Life membership is given by the members to the non-trading concern to become the member of the society, club, or the concern. It is only, most probably, it is given only one time. It is not payable monthly, quarterly. So it is of capital nature or non-recurring nature. So it should be capitalized. One time. I have told you one time payment to obtain the lifelong membership. For example, we have just read about the in the book about the lawn club. I want to become the member of life a lawn club. So I have paid the membership fees. It is, you can say, registration fee or one-time fee payable, one-time payment. So we will get the long time, lifelong. We want to become, we can get the membership anytime. Non-recurring nature, you as you can, it is one-time payment. That means it is not, we are not going to receive again and again. It is of non-recurring nature because we have reached, it is one-time payment. So it should be capitalized in the balance sheet and shown under the capital. This could be taken as capital receipt and every year a charge is debited based on the sum logic. This could be taken as a capital receipt. Every year a charge is debited based on the sum logic. In other words, when received, it could be treated as deferred receipt in balance. Every year specific amount is credited to the income. I and A means income and expenditure account, life membership fees. This this could be capital receipt. You can see. Okay, it means it should be capitalized. It is of non-recurring nature. We have one-time payment. It is one-time payment. We are not going to receive it again and again. So it should be capitalized and shown under the liability head in the liability side on the under the head capital. Now let's read. Now subscription fund. Okay. One-time payment nature is non-recurring, treating as capital. Now next is what is meaning of subscription? These are the annual. Okay, subscription is, you can't say it is of it is of recurring nature. Means it is paid by the members to the non-trading concern. It may be paid annually, monthly, or quarterly. It is not paid only once. It is paid. It is, you can say, fees to joining the club. It is not one. It is not a one-time fees. You can pay it monthly, quarterly, or annually, but it is of recurring nature. So it should be, it is of course, it is of revenue nature. It should be recognized as a revenue on the equivalence concept. Equivalent means when it is earned, it should be recognized. Payment, whether we have received the payment or not, it doesn't matter. It should be recognized as the income become accrued or outstanding. So its nature is non-recurring. Its nature is recurring, or you can say short-term nature, recurring nature, or it is of the revenue nature. So it is not shown in the capital, but it should be shown under in the revenue income expenditure account. Okay. Now financial statement. Financial statement is same. It is the financial statement refers to the it's the statement prepared by the non-trading concern to ascertain it's whether it is making surplus or it is making loss. It is so it is financial statement are the prepared by the non-trading concern, but accounting principle remains same. It is remains same. The accounting principle that the profit organization or the normal concern follow to prepare their financial statement is same, followed by the non-trading concern. Thus, this is the basic similarity. Accounting principle remains same, whether it is trading concern or non-trading concern. While preparing the financial statement, they follow the same accounting principle. The basic difference is that the normal trading concern main object of them is to earn profit, is to generate income. But for the NTO, the basic object is to serve as a social aid or social welfare. Now, this is similar to the cash book. Entries are made on the cash basis. Okay. As soon as we receive the cash, entries are posted. Items pertaining to the previous or current year, subsequent year are also recorded. Okay. It doesn't matter. It is related to the upcoming year or the previous year or the year current year. It doesn't matter. All the entry will be posted on the receipt are shown on the debit side. Obviously, as we know, receipt me on the debit side, all the revenue item, and on the payment assigned, all the expenses are shown. Capital as well as revenue item are entered in the receipt payment account. What happened in receipt payment account? All the items, revenue items are entered capital, whether it is of capital nature or revenue nature. We are posted in the receipt payment account. The account is real account in nature. Okay, it is real means it is not nominal. If it become nominal, then only the item of revenue nature will included in it. But it is a real account. So all the item, whether they are of capital nature, revenue nature, we are going to show it in the receipt account. But they are of the if they are of the if receipt and payment, the basic difference between the receipt and income expenditure is that it is a real account, while the income expenditure is a nominal account. Only the item linked to the of the revenue nature are shown under the head. Feature of the receipt payment account. Okay. No provision are recorded in this account. Okay, no provision. Provision for the provision, we have income expenditure. There is no provision like we no reserve. We have made provision for doubtful debt, anything, nothing to be shown in this payment account. Now we have given some feature. It is an account which contains the all cash and bank transaction made by the non-profit organization. Okay. During the financial year, current year, so we have to, this is 2024-25. All the cash and the bank transaction we have made to carry out our activities, all will show under in the this is payment account, whether it is of cash, revenue nature or capital nature. If it is a, we receive the cash, all items shown under the receipt side. If these are of the, we have made the payment, these are shown under the payment account. Now next, it is start with opening balance. Okay, we in the question we must have given some opening balance, whether it may be cash in hand, you can read. You have already read about it. Cash in bank, cash in hand, cash at bank, or all the cash received. Whether so, this is the most important feature. Beginning of the receipt payment account will be start like all with the opening balance of cash, whether it is cash in hand and cash at bank will be done. Now the capital all after that we will do all the cash receipt will be posted on the debit side cash and the cash payment we have made will shown on the payment side. Doesn't matter whether it is of revenue nature or of the capital nature. All cash payment, both के value same. I have told you all cash payment, capital revenue during the period are credited to this account. We have just stated while recording the cash and bank transaction, all the entries are made on cash basis. Okay, in this uh, receipt payment account, there is no accrual basis we follow. It doesn't when if the income is accrued, but we have not yet received, we are not going to shown it or post it in this account in the receipt payment account. It is the summary of cash flow. It is just a summary. It is not. While income expenditure follow the accrual basis of income, but receipt payment, this is also a one difference. That first difference we have read. It is receipt payment is a real account, while income expenditure is nominal. It doesn't follow the accrual method of accounting. While income expenditure follow accrual method of accounting. We will read about it. It is just a summary of cash and one difference is that it all the item whether it is now oh sorry what we have I just forgot. uh, it is summary of cash, all the cash whether it is of capital nature or receipt nature we will or revenue nature we are going to show it in that it follow the real account. It is a real, it is not a nominal. So all the item whether it is of revenue or capital nature we are going to show it in the reserve payment account. Now let's see about the income expenditure account. What is income expenditure? Wait. This is similar to the P&L account and prepare exactly based on the same principle. I have already told you. Accounting principle remains same. Whether it is non-trading concern or trading concern. Whether it is profit-making organization or non-profit making. All the accounting standard principle will remain same. So it doesn't make any difference whether it is making profit or it is for the society welfare. Both of them will follow the same accounting principles. As the name suggestion, only revenue items are recorded here. I have already told you. In income expenditure account, only the income relate to there's a that are of the revenue nature we are going to show or post in the on the income side, and the expenses or short-term expenditure or non-recurring we are going to show on the credit side of the income expenditure account. Oh, one most important feature of the income expenditure account that is follow accrual basis of income. Accrual basis means income accrued. As the income accrued, we can post it. Whether or not we have received the cash doesn't matter. But as the income accrued, we have not yet received. We are going to receive in future. We will post it in the income expenditure account. Both income and expense must be taken on the basis of accrual concept. Whether it is income or expense, if they are accrued, we must shown in the income expenditure account. Doesn't matter we have received or not. That means does not follow the cash summary. A summary of the cash book, matlab it does not involve cash transaction. It follow accrual basis of account. This is the most important feature. Second feature, it is of the revenue. Only the items that relate to the revenue and that are of the revenue nature should be shown on the income side. Now, previous and subsequent item are to be excluded. In receipt payment account, all the item, only all I have told you, whether it is of present, past, or future, all the items are recorded in the receipt payment. But what about income and expenditure account? Only the transactions that relate to the current financial year, about which we are making the, for which we are making the financial statement. So current year transactions are recorded in the income expenditure account. All the item, whether it relate to the previous year or the next preceding year or the post year, any no item will be included in. Only the current year items will be included in. I have already told you it is nominal. When the payment was real account, as expense of revenue nature are debit to the account. Okay, only the revenue nature expenses. Same. Similarly, revenue, income, revenue expenses nature, क्या कहते हैं, all the item, whether they are of the revenue nature, should be included in it. Expenses of the revenue nature means that relate to the short-term period should be shown in income and expenditure. We have to be very careful for preparing income and expenditure account because only the current year items and that are relate to the or that are only of the revenue nature should be included in the income expenditure account. So we should be very careful and it follow accrual basis. All the income that accrued we have to shown it in the income expenditure account. Similarly, all capital income expenditure are excluded. They are excluded. So where should be shown in that? All these capital income and expenditure should shown in the balance sheet. Okay. Whether maybe deduct, it's depends on their treatment, accounting treatment. They may be shown in the capital head or current liability, any. Not in they are capital nature, so they don't show under the head current liability. Sorry. Only current year income expenses are recorded. Annual relate to the amount related to the periods are deducted. Amount outstanding are added. Okay. Outstanding amount are added. Outstanding means that we will receive it in future. Okay. Outstanding that we for the year we have to receive, suppose in the year 2024 we have to receive 5,000. It become accrued. It is interest income. We have to receive it and it become accrued receivable in the January, but we have not yet received it, so it will be added. We must receive it. We have a confirmation we have received it as it become accrued. Amount outstanding for the current year are added, so it will be added where in income expenditure account as the income, a part of income or the related head, it will be added. Profit on the sale of assets, it is credit. Obviously, profit we have given a profit, so it will shown on the income side. On is credit. Loss, it will be deduct or you can say debited. Two treatment. You can shown it on the debit side or you can deduct it. Both the treatment are same. Now, annual appreciation is expense. It should be debited. All the losses or all the expense, all these should be debited. The income is more than, if our income, it is obviously profit. If income is more than expenditure, it is, but we can't say. In the language of non-trading concern, you can say it surplus. So what its treatment? We got the surplus from income expenditure account. It is added with the capital or the general fund. I have told you fund specific or general, so it should be added. Or if it is a deficiency, it should be deducted. Next. Now, if income is more than expenditure, if it is a wait, sorry. If income is more than expenditure, same. If income is more, if expenditure is more, that is deficiency. We can't say it's loss, it's deficiency. So it is deduct from the capital or journal. Same treatment. So basic concept. If you understood these two concepts, income expenditure, revenue expenditure, you will easily post all the items. Basic difference is the receipt payment account, all the items, whether they are of revenue nature, capital nature, should be included. All the cash transactions should be included. It is or it does not follow accrual basis. All transactions are included in receipt payment, whether it is of the current accounting period preceding post, no matter. But there is some specific restriction we have on the income expenditure account. Only the item related to the current year period or of revenue nature should be included in it. It is a nominal account. So only short-term period items should be included. It follow accrual basis of accounting. Now balance sheet, you all know. Still we read it. Still, it is prepared on the last day of accounting period. Okay, when we have started, suppose. It will now for the year 2024, it will prepare on 31st March 2024. All the cash transaction should be posted in it. All the assets, liability, what we have, what is the status of the entity, it will shown under that balance sheet. It does has assets, liability prepared based on the accounting equation. It means assets should always equals to liability, but there is no capital account. Instead, there is a capital fund. Okay. What is the basic difference between the balance sheet of the trading and non-trading concern? In the trading concern, we have a capital account, but in the trading or non-trading concern or non-profit organization, instead of account, there is a instead of capital account, we have a capital fund. The surplus, if it is surplus, it will be added. If there is a deficiency, it will be deducted or adjusted, as you can see. Now, we have given the structure of receipt payment and income. We will read about it. Start with the opening balance. I have told you opening balance means whether we have cash in hand, cash at bank, because it relates to the cash transaction. All the receipt, everything in receipt payment, we have no restriction. All the items should be included. But still, we have to be careful for preparing both the accounts. All receipt, whether it is capital revenue nature, doesn't matter. Whether it is of recurring, non-recurring nature, may be related to previous period, previous, subsequent, current, any, doesn't matter. All the payment we have made, whether we have made it in the last year, current year, in the next year, we are going to make the payment may be related to current or subsequent and with the closing balance. That's it. So it is very easy to prepare a SIP payment account. But with the income and expenditure account, we have to make some adjustment for the subscription. It may be outstanding, prepaid. So be careful while preparing income expenditure, especially for the adjustment of subscription. Tomorrow we will do some adjustment regarding subscription, how to prepare subscription account and their adjustment with the help of some examples. In a income expenditure on the expenses side or on the debit side, all the expenses revenue nature or the that period only relate to the current period. So we have surplus. If expenses are lower, then we have surplus. Same, you can on the credit side or income side, revenue receipt of the non-recurring nature or short-term period and relate to the current period. We will have a deficiency. It will be deduct from the capital fund. We have given the basic difference. I have already told you when we have read about it. It is summarized cash book. It is closely resemblance to P&L account of trading concern. Okay. As we have prepared the first for the trading concern, first we prepare trading. After that we prepare P&L account. So it is just similar to only revenue nature item relate to the current year period. Should be receipts are debited and payment are credited. Here income. Income means that relate to the current year period. Income means that are of the revenue nature are debited and expenditure are income are sorry credited, debit expenditure are debited. It is transaction for the cash basis here accrual basis. Accrual outstanding receivable that we have not yet received it. Amount refer to the previous year, previous future. Okay. I have already received all the transaction, whether it is previous, current or subsequent, all are included. But for the income expenditure, previous and subsequent period are prohibited. Only the transaction related to current year period can be taken. It record both capital revenue. I have same thing just repeated here. Capital revenue nature. Both transaction can be recorded. Outstanding amount of the current year are added. It serves the purpose of real account. It is a nominal. It is a real account. It is a nominal account. Okay, I have some query about the receipt payment account. Ma'am, entries of the receipt and receipt are same in the professional accounting. No, there is a little bit difference. For that, you have to understand the meaning of professional accounting. Entries are not totally different. For that purpose, you have to understand what is professional accounting. In the next class, if you have any doubt, I will explain you. Some entries, I will help you. I will let you know with the help of some example. But entries are not at all same. There is a difference between the entry in professional account and receipt payment account. I have told you receipt payment is consider the entry whether it is a previous accounting period, current accounting, all. But in professional accounting, it is totally different. Accounting treatment, accounting entries, all are different. Okay, so in the next class, I am going to explain you. I have just read your chat, so believe me, I will explain you tomorrow because I have to complete this topic today. Now, next is it is start with opening. I have told you balance and with the closing cash balance. It does not record the such transaction final balance. Okay, it does. I have already read about it. Now, next, let me check what is next. Difference is done. Wait, now next. Difference between P and L income expense. What is the difference between P and L expense account? It is first of all you know, P and L account is prepared by the trading concern. P&L account is prepared by only trading or it is prepared by the non-trading concern, non-profit organization. This is the basic difference. Business undertaking. I said the credit balance of P&L account is no net profit. Or here we know it surplus or deficiency. The debit balance of the P&L account is known for the net loss. And here it's deficiency. Okay, well, I've just explained you together. If it is a net profit, it is surplus. It is your surplus. If it is a net loss, you can say it is deficiency. Both. To check the correctness of the account for balance, to check the correctness of account, trial balance is prepared. Okay, we have prepared trial balance and here we prepare receipt payment account. Both in trial balance and receipt payment are both are the same. In the receipt payment, there is one little bit difference. In this trial balance, all the entries from the ledgers are posted. While in receipt trial balance, in receipt payment, all the cash transaction of all the nature of both nature are recorded. Now let's see what topics are left. Okay, tomorrow in the next class, I will try to complete all the concepts relating to income expenditure and will do some illustration and will do some adjustment regarding subscription, which is most important part. If you're able to understand the subscription adjustment, you will be able to crack the question. Ultimately, the balance sheet will match. So I have done today. We have done some topics, so please read these topics in the in at your home, so it will you will able to understand. Once you're able to understand the nature of the item, whether it is of capital or revenue, you will able to complete the question. So just try to focus on each and every item. We have read it. In the next class, I will try to complete all the concept, and for the remaining time, we will do some illustration that will help you. I will prepare some PPT, and in tomorrow I will also explain the difference between professional accounting, accounting treatment for the things, professional accounting as well as income receipt payment account. So it's time to leave the class now. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.